Welcome. Tag for what?
That time it sounded like you were falling down a sewer. Like not just falling down, but that was so weird at the end. It sounded like that's a sewer in New Jersey and you slipped and fell down.
It was a little bit of my I don't do impressions, but what was Johnny Carson's character with the big hat?
Carcinio?
Carcinio.
How's that Carcinio?
I don't think it was Carcinio.
What is amazing podcast? Sexy podcasters with terrible food. Egg foo. What?
We're back. We had a week off there.
Yeah.
Greg was on sabbatical.
Higher learnings and all.
Now, was it your birthday last week? I'm ashamed I don't know the exact day.
Well, you should be ashamed. And the first step is admitting it. I appreciate that. Thank you. My birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I thought I missed it. And then I thought maybe you're one of these squirrely guys who doesn't put
you missed it. You missed it and apparently felt so bad you didn't say a fucking word about it for the week.
Well, no, I saw a photo up on Facebook. Have been tormented. You got a cupcake with a candle in it or something?
What do you mean or something?
Yeah. It was not. I didn't see Big 50 on the in the candles.
Oh, great! Now our fans know I'm about to hit the Big 50. Great. There's no secrets with you.
Well, it's a monumental.
I didn't want to give my real name for this fucking thing. Now I want my library card next. Is that what you want? You want to get my library card, Mike?
It's a big birthday. I mean, that was like when it all began to go downhill for me.
It is a big birthday.
I'm concerned about you, brother.
It is a big birthday. Appreciate it, but things are going okay. So
okay. Just warning you. That was it for me.
Yeah. Luckily enough, my 40s were a lot better professionally, at least, than any decade
for what?
Before. Professionally.
Oh, okay.
Than any decade before. So.
Oh yeah, the same here. But then they pull the rug out from under you when you hit 50. Oh, and my 50s were like crazier than my 20s. It's just it was like a scramble all over again.
Well, you're depressing the fuck out of me. So. I thought Neil would have done it.
And it's not just me. I mean, I heard so many stories from other people went through the same thing as me.
Really?
So, yeah. Well, a lot of these people made the mistake I did of throwing their lot in the corporate world. Right. In the corporate world, they're all following the same game plan. You hit 50, sure. You're old, you're going to get sick. You got to get out of here. That's their policy. They got these laws.
Were you playing for the fucking LA Lakers? What? No. You were in publishing.
No, but it doesn't matter.
I didn't know they're so cutthroat with age.
No, they are. I mean, they've got these
librarians.
Laws
you got to get out, you old librarian.
They've got these laws against ageism, right? That's what it's called. But they have the laws because it's a fact of life. And but who's going to fight against it? You're going to go up against a corporation. That's where. Although I did hear from a guy who told me that they had a class action lawsuit against PricewaterhouseCoopers, and they won. They probably got about $200 a piece.
What?
So that'll keep them for about a week. But I'm saying it was something out there. I dealt with my brother went through it. What's that?
I've embraced the corporate world.
Okay.
I love the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah.
How stupid it is.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the time.
Oh yeah.
But
petty politics.
Got
a lot of petty politics.
Love it. I don't get upset because I didn't get into the corporate world until my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So by that time, you're just kind of amused by it. Amused by these things that in my 20s, I'm sure it would have been like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also new enough at it that I'm still, I don't take it for granted. It's nice. we have these benefits and it's a nice this and nice that. But turn your fucking phone off, Mike. But but no, I love the ridiculousness of it, how stupid it is, and it never makes sense. And my only consolation is that most of the day it seems like everybody else is as confused as me. But it can be good. So I embrace the corporateness, the ridiculousness.
Well, I hope you have a better experience than me.
I did too, but well, now that I'm turning 50, maybe everything things will turn around your way too.
I know.
You're not 50 anymore.
No, I'm the big 6-0.
6 you 6 or 6-1. You 6-1 in November.
Yeah, in November, yeah.
Do I want to say November 4th?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, look at this.
Now let me ask you this.
Motherfucker comes on here. Thinks he forgot my birthday.
He just went on Facebook.
Reaching out during when he thought my birthday was. Still can't remember my birthday's tomorrow. And look at me with the pull of your birthday in November.
But I don't think your birthday. I mean, Facebook is only good for one thing, and it's birthday reminders.
Well, that's another.
And I don't think yours is on there. I think I went looking. I'm like, oh, he's one of these mystery men who doesn't put his birthday on here.
That's me. Two things. Number one, I'm not a mystery man. You know that. Number two, I am pissed about the birthday things on Facebook because I don't know if you remember, but the one true talent I had, which I just showcased, was remembering people's birthdays.
I do remember that. Yes.
Right.
It was uncanny. It was uncanny.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people loved it and they appreciated it. And I'm sorry, but I think more than once somebody sat around back in the day going, Greg is so nice. He said happy birthday. Wow, he remembered my birthday. What a nice guy. So I got to eat. I got to eat on that. Then Facebook comes fucking strolling in. Hey, here's everybody's fucking birthday.
Yeah.
So then when it pops up in front of their stupid faces on the day, all you have to do is hit a button up, boop, and you get fucking credit for
everybody's Greg Wilson.
Everybody's Greg Wilson. Earth's dream come true. Everybody's Greg Wilson. I think you just titled our movie, buddy. Everybody's Greg Wilson. So they took away my one fucking gift.
Yeah.
Remembering people's birthdays.
Sad.
And now I got nothing.
But
except I can say egg foo how it's supposed to be, unlike some people.
But you turn the tables on everybody else. Now they have to remember your birthday.
Well, I'm sure without realizing it, I've stuffed it in their faces constantly over the last day or so. And I still have a couple hours in a day to just cram it until everybody's sick of it. So I'm sure.
I thought last week you were off because you're one of these guys who takes one of these weekly birthday celebrations.
No. Well, I'm actually embarrassed. I decided to take this Friday off. I was like, I'll just give myself. I haven't taken any vacation anyway. I need to unload some. And in the corporate world, you get a lot of vacation, which is fantastic. And I want us to be sponsored by Corporation USA. Looking for sponsors from Corporation.
I'll have to delete this episode.
Yeah, make that happen. And now I can't remember what the hell I was talking about, but So then I mentioned it at work, and everybody's like, "You can't work on your birthday." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." I thought it was kind of a dopey young people's thing to take your birthday so seriously, but I was like, "All right, I'll take the day off."
Shall we get to this week's item?
I'm trying to avoid. I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, we're sort of slowly working our way up to it. I mean, this was. Is it the worst week? Is it the worst?
Well, geez, it's tough because this is a strange one for me. I don't know how yours was, but mine. First of all, I think in my head I kind of pictured chop suey like chow mein. Which, okay, that's just stupid on my part. I didn't really. So it shows up and it's in the canister, like the picture I sent you.
Yeah, that picture is awful.
Yes, thank you.
Scary.
That's nice of you to say. And
was there chicken in there? Did you get chicken or pork?
Just chicken. I got chicken.
Okay.
You had to pick, well, it was only chicken, vegetable, or beef. They didn't have pork. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Oh, and let me say this. I made a point of stepping out to a place, ordering from a place I've never ordered from before. And what looked like from the photos, a fancier place than I've been patronizing. So I thought, well, maybe this will be a better, because
I think you were deceived.
yes.
This
Well,
this
maybe,
looked like the worst thing to me.
but what's funny is, what's weird is, when I look at it, I can kind of, sometimes it's important to separate things visually when you go into eat new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can see there's lettuce and onion, well, I guess cabbage, and some carrots and chicken. So I was looking at it, it's like, well, I don't know, the individual parts don't seem that bad, and they're not mushed together. They look clean, but it was disgusting. It was horrible.
You had so much cabbage in yours. I mean, I
Yes.
think I had a couple little bits of cabbage thrown in there. Mine looked pretty much the way it looks on this illustration I have. I got
Yeah.
the shrimp chop suey. Jumbo, yeah, they're promoting it, jumbo shrimp. I'm like, oh, okay. I can't.
Wait, you went to a Chinese takeout place that does promotions?
Well,
Wow.
they put jumbo in parentheses just to like emphasize you're not going to get tiny shrimp in this
Yeah.
shrimp chop suey. So I got the shrimp, and it, you saw the picture. Everything looks very
Yeah.
clean.
It's clean. Yeah,
yeah,
like it looks clean. Like, yeah.
it looks like healthy. I mean,
Yes.
visually, it looks like it's the healthiest thing we've eaten.
Easily. 1000%.
I mean, it's got all the vegetables. I didn't have the cabbage like you did. I had, broccoli, carrots, watercress, the baby corn was in there, even the pea pods. I mean, it was very veggie friendly, let's say.
Yeah, and yours, just like mine, just again, it looks clean.
Yeah. It's like just like a glaze on it, I guess. It wasn't heavy. I don't know what that glaze is composed of, but it's not a gravy like some of the other dishes we've had. So, going in, it looks like just bland to me, and it was kind of bland. That's how I would describe this dish.
Yeah, did you get through yours?
No, I didn't eat the whole thing.
I didn't get through mine.
No.
I didn't get halfway through mine. Yeah, it's shocking. I've never seen a dish. It's not that it's that visually appealing, but I was surprised because the last couple of dishes I've had, and I hate being so negative every week on this.
Yeah.
But they're limp and gross and swimming in crap. So this was a pleasant surprise to look at. Like, almost. I mean, not really, but compared to some of that other stuff I've had. Yeah, then I got a whiff of it, and I was like, what the? And yeah, I'm like,
it must have smelled like cabbage, right?
It's all cabbage.
Yeah, yours was cabbage heavy. I mean, mine didn't look like that.
From the fucking China Inn in Dublin. Why is this all fucking cabbage?
Yeah, no, it looked bad. I mean, I even because I knew you wouldn't be able to go for an appetizer that I wanted to try out at this new place I've been going to. So I went for I got some crab Rangoon, which I guess you can't eat that, right? So
no.
I'm giving everybody some bonus content here.
Okay, I like it. For those platinum subscribers.
Yeah. If you hit the subscribe button,
that's right.
Are we still teetering? Are we still teetering on 100 subsibers? I've been watching it like 95, like all week long.
Right?
Waiting for the big.
You're not paying enough people. Like, we're not paying enough people.
Can't you get your nieces or
I'm not letting them listen to this shit. I mean, Jesus, they're 3 feet tall. They grew up with Trump as president. They've been through enough. They don't need to listen to
this. So yeah, I did have the crab Rangoon, and it was very good. They give you the same. I guess it's the same dipping sauce.
What is? I've seen it a million times on menus. It's like a wonton thing with crab in it. Is that what crab?
No, it's like a crab sort of well, this one was particularly creamy.
Mhm.
It's almost like like creamy
Oh.
crab concoction.
Yeah, I really wouldn't know either.
I'm fumbling for the exact description. Where's Jerry
Don't
when we
stop.
need him? Uh,
Explain me what I used to describe the egg foo young sauce that I had to kick out of. What was that?
yeah, that
Puffy.
the gravy, puffy.
That kicked off this whole enterprise.
But
Sorry, I cut you off.
no, it was good. You know, I've had it at a few places, and I would say
Mhm.
this is right up there. It was very good. You know, yeah, it's got that fried. You know, you got the same. I guess it's the sweet and sour
Uh-huh.
dipping sauce. And so I'm glad I got it this week because I didn't eat much of
Yeah.
the chop suey.
Rangoon, Batu, Gentlemen's Club, Platinum Access, subscribers only. No, I'm glad I got wonton soup. It was great as always because this was boy. I almost got depressed because I'm like, every week I feel like I'm just everything sucks, everything stinks. I started thinking today, should we just only do egg foo young every week? So yeah, I'm really bummed about the
I
chop suey.
thought you
But
were going to stick with the last place you went to. I thought, you know, you had gotten a positive response.
this place, well, you're right. I totally forgot about that. You're 100% right. But in looking at this stuff, like I think this is supposed to be good. Like,
Mhm.
like the wonton soup is fantastic. Even
Okay.
though I know wonton soup you kind of take for granted, but
Yeah.
but and it looks like the chow mein is supposed to be good, but I don't know. I don't picture it as like a normal dumpy place I get
Hmm.
order from, but I don't know. I mean the proof is in the cabbage, so I don't know.
So
But yeah,
how would you rate this week's selection?
oh god. I mean, I still can't put it below the what was broccoli and garlic. Boy, mushu pork, I only gave a 0.5. I can't do that. But tell me something before I give my score, because I'm a master of suspense and drama, obviously. Did I have it wrong before? Because about chow mein, I said that I'd read or heard that it started out as Chinese families would just throw whatever leftovers they had
Potluck,
together.
yeah.
That's right? That's chow mein. That's not chop suey. Did I get that backwards or not?
Well, you know, I haven't done research on the origins of chow mein,
Mhm.
but and I haven't had it in a very long time.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was sort of the go-to dish when your family went to Chinese place,
Mhm.
takeout. So I have had it, but it's probably in decades since I
Yeah.
had it. But I think it's just like a bunch of things together, vegetables, and I remember
Yeah.
that sort of being a similar sort of glaze. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like a gravy like you get in you know, chicken and broccoli or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Mine doesn't have any glaze or whatever,
mhm.
which normally I'd be happy about. But, no glaze came with my extra cabbage. I guess it was some kind of broth. I'm looking at the remnants right now.
Uh,
It wasn't a glaze.
are you still there?
Yeah, I'm waffling on the score because I hate being so negative all the time, but I gotta say 3.2 for this. This is
3.2.
not good. It's not hopeful. I don't know why anybody would actually order this, as opposed unless it's like you're catering some huge. There's a million kids and you just dump a bunch of it out of a garbage can or whatever. I will never ever think about ordering this again. The 3.2 is merely because I feel bad.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you on never ordering it again. I would think some people might appreciate it. It may be, I can't vouch for that glaze, but it seems like one of the healthier dishes we've had.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you're.
mine is definitely because mine doesn't even have glaze, just has that broth. So this is healthy, quote unquote. I'm sure there's a ton of MSG and stuff in it, but
I guess if you got the veggie version, you're probably one
I
of the
don't know how they could
healthier.
find room. I don't know how they could find room for more fucking vegetables in mine, to be honest, unless they brought another can. Because
I didn't see any chicken in yours. Yeah, in the photo, I was
you gotta
straining
look
to
for it.
see like what did he get? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you gotta look for it. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think 3.2 is pretty generous.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna be down there with you. I'm gonna say a 4. I think
wow,
that may be one of the lowest I've given so far. Yeah.
woo! I think that's your lowest, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think that for me this was just like blah,
Yeah.
not very interesting. Um, thank God I ordered a crab rangoon as a sort of side.
Yeah,
you
it's not
had
even
you had the
interesting.
soup. At least you had the soup, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
had something to eat, right?
yeah. But you're right. It's not even interesting. Like some dishes I don't like, but at least I admire them, or they're intimidating, or I kind of go, I'm just picky. I suck. This is probably a great dish. This just sucks. Like there's nothing to it. It's just a leaf of fucking cabbage with some sliced up stuff. It's not even interesting, to your point. So
I saw some, images online, that I was going to use for the show, and the one I'm using here is sort of accurate to what I got. But most of the other images I saw, it looked like more straight up like stir fry. You get stir fry, it's more interesting than what I got. What I got was just kind of like bland and tasteless.
yeah.
The shrimp were good. I'll give a nod to the shrimp. They were jumbo sized.
See, you're way nicer than me, because basically you're saying you're happy you got a few pieces of jumbo shrimp,
Yeah.
but you're giving it a 4.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's if I got the veggie version, yeah, it probably would have been about 2. The shrimp is half the dish for me.
This is I'm getting depressed.
Okay. I want to steer you in another direction. I noticed last week you were talking about one of your favorite 4th of July traditions is the Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch live? I think I saw
I did.
Yeah, I didn't see it live. I mean, I didn't
Oh,
know who was carrying.
You're not American then.
I didn't know what channel it was on. I saw that it was coming on ESPN, but I didn't realize it was going to be an edited version. Where were you watching live?
I was down in my hometown, Tappahannock, watching it live. Every year, I seem to see it live every year, even if I don't mean to. I love it because every year they seem to spend pack more hours with all the hyperbole.
Yeah, they have a grand marshal.
Yeah. Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's great, but he's quite full of himself too, right?
Oh, but that's a character. I think it's his character. I saw there was a great 30 for 30 on Kobayashi. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's fantastic. It's really heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
And that guy is
he in a bad way now?
Well, it's the upshoot is, he came in. I mean, he made this contest. I mean, we all love Joey Chestnut.
Right. Yeah.
But this contest was a joke until Kobayashi showed up. Although before him, who's the Takayashi? Who's the Japanese kid who came in right before him? And started turning up the heat. Because before that, the record was like 20 hot dogs or whatever. And Kobayashi, he came up and he made the event what it is. Period. Dead stop.
Right. He was a superstar of the.
Yeah, but I would have said it out loud a few more times.
Competitive eating world.
Yeah, and so he wins, I don't know, 7 in a row, whatever it is, 6 in a row. And then and he thanks, and he's like, everywhere he goes, everyone loves me. He's like, I'm an American hero. He's happy. He's still, and then the second Joey Chestnut wins, and this isn't on Joey Chestnut. The second he wins, of course, Americans being American, we turn on him. Go back to fucking where you came from. Fuck you. Learn the language. USA. He broke down during this thing. He was like, he's like, what?
But I thought he was an American citizen. He's not an American citizen.
Oh, he probably is, but he was an American hero.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, 2 minutes ago, everybody loved me. And now the second some white American guy, has his rightful place at the throne, they just completely shit all over him. And they kicked him out of the league because I don't know, he tried to compete outside of the league or whatever. And that's a whole thing.
What do you mean? There's league rules to this stuff?
Oh yeah. It's a real thing.
Well, I was, in the preliminary intros, they mentioned what other competitions some of the people were in. And one of them stood out as being the most disgusting thing I heard.
Mayonnaise is always good.
Which one?
Mayonnaise is always a good one. Like 5 jars of mayonnaise.
Oh no, I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, that's one of them. Always.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
People eat mayonnaise. All right, that's more disgusting than what I'm going to say. I saw the guy who ate almost.
There's no Easter bunny either. This is a breakthrough episode of Egg Foo. What? This week, Mike.
I'm talking about the guy. I'm talking
this
about.
Is why I can't have my nieces and nephews listen.
I'm talking about the guy who ate like over 9 pounds of Spam. Did you see that guy?
Oh, no, I'm not surprised.
I just thought about that, and I was like almost ill. Yeah. I'm like, oh,
all of them are like that. Yeah,
yeah.
But it is a serious. They do take it seriously. But the Grand Marshal guy was obviously throughout it, and he's really remarkable. He's perfect at that job.
Well, ESPN had some how should I describe him? He was a real smart ass with some real smart ass comments.
Yeah.
Did you hear that guy? I meant to write his name down. I forgot.
I don't know. It's hard for me to hear. I was in a room with a couple of people and we were just laughing the whole time.
Uh-huh.
But I do love how they spend 30 minutes with the intros, the build-up.
Yeah.
Here's Mike Lisk,
the
Eater of America. He's taken down tyranny through chocolates and egg.
Yeah.
And it's great, but it's all in the name of we know Chestnut's gonna win.
Uh-huh. So you had a little excitement when the protester jumped up. What did you think was going on when that happened live? I mean,
I missed it live. I didn't see it live.
Oh, you didn't see it live?
I missed it live. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
I mean, he put the guy in a chokehold while he's stuffing down 2 hot dogs.
But I've always said I'm a big it's easy to go down a rabbit hole of these competitive eaters on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's intoxicating. And for 20 years I've said, boy, these things are great until, it's like watching NASCAR. We're all kind of waiting for somebody to die. Mm-hmm. A little bit. Like, it's a miracle nobody's choked to death on one of these hot dogs.
Well, I do like the euphemism they have for and I guess the cameras cut away when it happens.
Reversal of fortune?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, have they been using that for a while? I thought,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's but have you ever seen a live reversal of fortune?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Well, they always cut away.
Yeah.
I've seen them reference it.
Uh-huh.
But it's funny that, I'm always like, oh, someone's going to choke to death. And here we have a guy cramming 80 hot dogs into his face, punching another guy or putting another guy in a headlock, and he still didn't choke. So it's like, well, you could be distracted by some guy coming out to hurt you physically, and it, doesn't slow you down. I guess no one's going to choke to death and die from one of these hot dogs.
I also think
it is remarkable. I'd love to see a documentary other than just on Kobayashi on how the event has gone from, because I feel like when I got to Brooklyn, it was a little known thing and then it got bigger and then Kobayashi hit and then exploded. How they've turned it into a complete event for hours on end, and they take it seriously or pretend to take it seriously. Is this fascinating? It's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it caught on, and now they've turned it into it's the 4th of July's Thanksgiving Day parade. Yeah,
and I don't know if it'll be better, more dramatic, with with or without Joey Chestnut, because part of the, it
See, I
normally
think everybody loves a winner. So if some
That's
guy,
it. That's
yeah.
it.
So I mean, that's the way it is.
I think it's
So
like
Joey
golf.
Chestnut became the new winner, and then yeah, he's glorified.
Yeah, it's like golf. Everybody loves the front runner in golf.
Mhm.
We all love Tiger when Tiger was kicking. For some reason in golf, we don't pull for the scrappy underdog.
Mhm.
And the same thing in competitive eating. We don't give a fuck about Eater X. Badlands Booker has been doing his bullshit for 30 years, eating 3 hot dogs.
Couldn't even name another one of the guys. You're a little more into it than me.
Well,
but
he's been doing it since I moved to Brooklyn. And
really, yeah.
you're like, oh wow, this guy's huge. He's gonna be he wins the lemonade drinking contest every year.
Lemonade.
Like,
That doesn't even seem right. Lemonade. That's stupid.
Yeah, you chug a gallon in like a minute. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
But he comes out every year for the hot dog contest, and it's like, okay, come on. But yeah, I don't think we do want to see it truly competitive. We like our front runners in golf and hot dogs.
Well, there was a setback. I don't know if there's a competitive drinking. Well, there was in I think, was it South Africa? Did you see that story? The guy who drank a whole bottle of Jägermeister.
Oh.
And he died. Yeah, he died.
Well, that's, I mean.
and it wasn't even for a lot of money. It was for like $12, they said.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, horrible story, but it's where this mania can go. I mean, I think these hot dogs should be consumed like hot dogs. What they're doing, soaking the bread in water. I mean, nobody eats a hot dog like that. That's just bizarre.
I'm fine.
Have people sit down and eat a hot dog like a human being instead of some, animal.
How else do you eat a hot dog other than like an animal? What are you talking about? Have you eaten a hot dog?
I mean, but with the bun on, it's not a hot dog when they're separated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see your point. I think Kobayashi was the first one to break him in half. He was the first one to do that thing.
He was snapping. That was his technique.
That was his thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who started the dunking or how long that's been around. I'm fine with it, but I'm with you. If tomorrow they said, okay, you have to eat hot dogs like people eat hot dogs, I'd be fine with that. But
yeah. And it made me think, if I were to go down that road, I'm not going to go down that road, but what would be your competitive eating food?
Oh, well,
I mean, I've seen you in action with White Castle.
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to say with and then just leave it blank.
No, I'm putting it out there for you. That's the one thing I've seen you and just sort of been sat back and marveled.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Well, I was in a McNuggets eating contest back in the day.
Were you really?
Which to this day, I still believe I was wronged. I came in second.
You came in second.
Yeah. I still say, I will swear till my dying day, they fucked up the counting. I can still hear it. The
Where
guy
was
next
this?
to me. This was
Where
at
was this?
Matchless.
Oh, Matchless? Okay. In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, in Greenpoint. And I can still hear the guy behind the competitor next to me. Suddenly he went from 30 McNuggets to 40, even though they were in batches of 5. And suddenly he sprang ahead of me and he won.
Couldn't go to the videotape?
There was no video. This was like 2004 or 5, something like that.
Were you eating them with sauce or without?
No, which might have been a mistake. I don't use sauce when I do McNuggets. And I will say, after 20 or 25, the old jaw was hurting. But White Castle would be a good one because.
What's your personal best?
White Castle?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, your standard. I think you start at like 10, right?
No, I'll probably start at like 6 or 8. Even I can. That's another thing. I think we like to think that we could tear through a ton of food like that. we can't. We probably could have when we were younger. Sometimes I watch kids now just tear through food, and I'm like, oh, back in the day.
Yeah, no,
kids.
you can't do that anymore. But,
Yeah,
but
now
I remember a particular evening where you were going through. I don't know. Was it a suitcase? Did you get a suitcase?
Oh, I didn't. A crave case.
No, you didn't eat the suitcase, but I'm saying
Okay.
you put a big dent in it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good to pop. Those were.
I mean, four is my max. Four is my max with those things.
Four.
Yeah,
I
that's
eat
it.
four while I'm waiting for my goddamn order. Four.
Yeah, I'm dainty. Yeah, I'm dainty.
That's not dainty.
I'm delicate.
That's that means you're a vegetarian. I'd be surprised if I've eaten more than 10 or 12, even at my worst / best.
I mean, I thought about it.
Be with because they are moist, so they're easier to eat.
Uh-huh.
I'd go with White Castle. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. I love them.
I mean, I thought about like what foods have I consumed the most over my lifetime, and I'd have to say it's either pizza and cookies. You know, I think one of the guys was a pizza eating, and that the pizza eating guys are sick, right? It's like 5 or 6 pies, right? Something like that.
Oh, sure. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's truly disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky if I can eat 4 slices is pushing it for me, you know, but still.
I'm at the age now where it's frustrating because you got to have 2 slices of pizza. You can't have 1. You gotta have 2.
No, yeah.
But like 2 is just enough to push you into kind of 2 is just enough to be just too much. So it kind of sucks, but you can't have just 1. I did stumble into having 1.5 pieces a couple of months ago.
1.5. Then you got to cut the slice.
Well,
and how do you cut it? Do you cut it down? Do you cut it vertically or horizontally?
Vertically. Well,
vertically.
If you've been to kids' birthday parties in the last 20 years,
okay,
they cut all the slices up in half.
Uh-huh.
From the crust down, vertically.
Okay.
They're even slices, but instead of 8, let's say there's 16 or whatever.
Okay.
And I had eaten a slice, and I went in to get another slice, and somebody had cut a slice and left it.
Uh-huh.
Normally, that makes my head pop off of my body. I hate that shit. Don't take a donut, cut it in half, and then leave the half.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Or the worst is they cut the donut, they leave a quarter of it. Oh, please take this. Yeah. Just take the fucking, either eat it or throw it in the fucking
Throw
garbage.
it out. Yeah, throw it out.
Throw it out. I don't care. Oh, here's a little scrap. My dainty body could not accept this last morsel, so you please have it. Get the fuck out of here. So I don't do that shit, but I did discover 1.5 slices is kind of perfect.
Yeah,
it's more than 1, but it's not 2, which kind of starts putting you into the food coma thing at my age. Sorry.
See, no, 2 is standard for me. That's a meal for me. You know, but depending on how good it is, sometimes you got a good one, and you're feeling your oats, and you go for that third. But that's rare, you know.
How you feeling your oats, Mike? Got a couple of pies.
A couple of pies, yeah.
A couple of helpless pies.
I'm intrigued by. I mean, I've been going to the same pizza place in Howell since I was a kid, right? You know, the place is like 40-something years old.
Oh yeah.
And it's good pizza. You know, it's good pizza for down Central Jersey. And but then I've been sort of getting hooked on reading reviews. I don't know if you do this. Do you read reviews of like local restaurants and stuff?
Unless they pop up, but not.
It's becoming a personal obsession where I'm reading reviews of the bar I go to, and I read a review of this other pizza place which has been around just as long practically, but I never go there because it's a little out of the way, you know. The convenience factor wasn't in its favor. But then I'm reading these reviews. Oh, this is the best pizza in New Jersey. And I'm like, what?
Really?
So now I got to check this place out, you know.
Oh shit!
People raving about the chicken.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't tried it yet, but it's on my horizon.
Yeah, well, that's a lofty way of saying something. It's on my horizon.
And
I'm
some
gonna see if
people
I
are
can, I
going
can
on
see
it.
if I can, I'm gonna see if I can drop that in the casual conversation. You seen the latest Only Murders in the Building? No, but it is on my horizon. Now everybody hates me.
So, but I saw them raving about chicken parm sandwiches. I'm like, okay, I got to check this place out. After 40 years, that place has been there forever too. But
All right.
I'm going to
Well,
give them a shot.
sounds like we're going to be getting some added bonus content for you
Bonus
gentlemen platinum subscribers. No ladies need know. You gentlemen subscribers. Have you known the owners since you were a kid going to that first one, or?
Well, actually, the first one, yeah, Red Moon. It's called Red Moon. The owners passed away, and then his family was running it, and I think they sold it. I don't know all the details, but I was familiar with the family, and I don't see any of the family members anymore.
Yeah,
unless they're like retired now, that they're just leasing it out to other people to run the place. That's possible.
But the pizza's the same.
Yeah, it's still there's been no real change of the pizza and the rest of the food. So I suspect they're still involved to a degree, but they're like in the background now.
Yeah, at least the pizza's so good.
That's
good.
I saw you also.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to sort of depart. Do you want to stay on this topic, or I was
going to? No, I was going to say I want to, before we do a fortune cookies, I wanted to end on a positive note. I did go out and see a band last night that made me very happy.
Oh yeah.
Are you opening your fucking fortune cookie?
No, I just moved it into position. It's very crinkly.
All right, crinkly. Is that an old person joke? No. I'm sensitive to that shit now.
You're thinking of crepey.
It was I went out to see one of my favorite bands of all time. Let me see if I'll give you 10 seconds to see if you can guess the band. There's only one remaining original member, and he and the new guitar player just played acoustic set. Who do you think it could be? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Band I love.
I have no idea. I mean, the last time we spoke, I think you talked about you don't even listen to music anymore.
Well, thanks for bringing that back up. But now, Soul Asylum.
Soul Asylum, really? Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So it was basically Dave Pirner and then the guitar player. But I was like,
now, they lost one of their members, right?
Carl Mueller, the bass player, died.
Yeah.
And Dan Murphy, the guitar player, he retired like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was actually his 60th birthday, which they didn't bring up, which I thought was weird. But so I was like, I was a little worried because I'm like, they've put out like 10 albums since I last gave a shit about an album of theirs. I'm kind of not exaggerating.
Yeah. So
I was like, they're gonna do a lot of stuff. But I was like, fuck it. I was like, it's my birthday. I love this band. It's very intimate. I got a table right up. It's a table situation. It's a sitting situation.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
So I got a spot right up front. Yeah, I'm like 8 feet away. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised by two things. The set list, I knew every song. Even the one new one they played, I somehow knew. I don't really know how I know it. Maybe it was an old outtake, whatever. And I'm not saying they were my favorite songs I would have picked, but they were the old. I don't know if you're kind of a fan, like the band enough.
I actually saw them. I saw them as part of. I went to a couple of years in a row, going back a bunch of years when they had those Guinness Flaw festivals on Randall's Island.
Right. Yeah.
They were there one year, and I caught their set. It was entertaining. I mean, I had that album, the big album, right?
Yeah.
What with Runaway Train on it? What's the name of that album?
Grave Dancers Union.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Which I didn't love at the time because it was acoustic and whatever, but it's okay. He played a bunch of songs off that and the one after that, which I loved, and a couple of older ones. I was really pleasantly surprised They didn't play 50 new songs, whatever. So, because I'm not joking, they put out like an album, 5, 6 albums. I don't know or fucking care about them, but and
I
his
think,
voice,
yeah.
his voice, he was. I mean, he's 58,
Mhm.
I think, and he sings his ass off.
I think some bands just make a conscious decision, you know, of whether or not to please the audience with the songs that they probably want to hear. You know, I mean, it's, you know, they get criticized. Oh, you're just a nostalgia act now or whatever. But, you know, if you don't have the songs that are on the same level, it could hurt your performance and getting over with the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
you're entertainers, you know, entertaining an audience is part of the job.
Yeah. The only one that I think still tries to do it, because like if you look at McCartney's set list, he'll squeeze maybe one or two songs from his last couple of albums in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts that. Bruce seems to be the only one who wants to play his new albums.
But I think even Bruce sort of learned a lesson with what was the album? I mean, some of his later records just weren't going over. Mm-hmm. And you know, he would play, you know, he was playing Outlaw Pete on that one tour where he was determined to get that over with the audience. Yeah. And that was like going nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, what's that?
I give him credit because a lot of these older bands, they feel for some reason feel the need to put out an album, but then completely ignore it. It's to Bruce's credit that when he puts out an album, he still does try to find it relevant enough to play, even if assholes like me just want to hear, you know, Bobby Jean and Born to Run or whatever. So, but
well, his tickets are going on. Well, it's a whole system now. Did you see? Like you have to register to get tickets for his tour coming up. And well, the tour is it's next year.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, we're talking about a year away.
Yeah.
So God knows like what your schedule is going to be like then, you know. Yeah. And you got to plan ahead for Bruce. I mean, I registered. You know, I'd like to see him. He's not playing MetLife Stadium. He's playing Prudential Center, which is a smaller venue. So that would be nice if I passed the test to get tickets. I mean, it's like a whole ordeal now. Like I had to register today. Then I'm going to get an email next week. And then, who knows what happens after that? A lottery system, who knows?
Not happening. I showed up last night, sat down. Dave Perner shows up 10 feet away, plays his heart out. Well, sorry, Bruce. Not waiting a year and a half.
No, that's the way to go, you know?
And I'll also say, I'm feeling a little mushy. It's my birthday eve. I can opine for a little bit, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I did get a little, not emotional, but I was thinking, wow. And I've met him before at a show, like, nice to meet you, whatever. And I was like, I've heard this guy's voice since I was 15, 35 years ago. All the way back to 1987 or 88. All the stuff he's been through, I've been through, we've been through, all the cultural things he's touched in the real world. Bruce jumps up and plays a song with them. He's singing with Lou Reed, yada, 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 yada. And, you know, 35 years ago, I'm in a car listening to this band from Minneapolis and I'm blown away and blah, blah, blah. And now all of a sudden this guy's right in front of me. And he was as normal as you can be. His shtick is to tell bad jokes between songs because I think he thinks he's bad at between song banter, so he does this shtick where he tells bad jokes, and it's very endearing and charming and everything. So I was like, this is really great. I was very glad because of course I waffled about going up to the very moment of going, and I was really glad I went, and I really loved it. I'm glad I went, and I just want to spread that little bit of positivity.
No, that's nice. I mean, absolutely. You know, and I think as you get older, I think those are the types of you know, musical things that you appreciate more because it's not a hassle. You know, it's just you went in there. You know, I mean, you've been with them, a fan of theirs, their whole career. It wasn't up and down, or
no. Well,
you stuck with them.
I love them. when the Runaway Train stuff came out, I still loved them. I didn't turn my back on them like a lot of fans who, I love their next album, Let Your Dim Light Shine, is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I think I had that one too.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Uh-huh.
The one after that, half of it was okay. And then, then we hit a groove where, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 albums. I think I probably tried, but it's, which is fine. You know, you put out a couple of albums I love. You don't owe me anything after that.
But they never stopped. They never had any gaps where they were sort of.
No,
really. They just kept putting out albums regularly. I mean, I lost touch.
I saw them in Richmond twice, but once I moved to New York, I saw them. Oh, this is a good example of what we were talking about earlier. They put an album out in '98, and it was okay. Like half of it was okay. Some of it was kind of like, ugh. I went to see them play, and you could tell they were trying to flog that album. They played like most of that album. But by the time they came back through on that tour, I went to see them again in the same place at Trance. And they were like, all right, fuck this. And they just played like their whatever they wanted to, their old hits, and not even hits, but their old what the fans wanted.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be tough. You know, they're trying to show that they're growing as a band. They're not stale. Yeah. You know, nobody wants to be hit with that nostalgia band. But
their thing is kind of unique because they were a band for 10 years, a known alternative band, but a known band. And then all of a sudden they step in and hit it big, and they're treated like they're this new band, hadn't paid their dues or whatever. And it's like, wait a minute, they were in a band for 10 years, so they've had a weird career, but I think good. And I think you fight it, but eventually you're like, fuck it, if they want to hear Runaway Train, why wouldn't I just play Runaway Train? So
I think of a musician as people coming out to see them 30 years into a career. They're doing all right.
Exactly.
It's not a bad thing.
It's the artist thanking at that point it felt like each of us thanking each other, not to be corny. Thank you, Soul Asylum, for being and then they're like, hey, thanks for sticking around. And it was a sit down dinner place. There were like 300 people there.
Yeah,
but it's like, it's got to be.
Well, their fans are old now.
I
mean, do they have to stand shoulder to shoulder?
Yeah, exactly.
Uncomfortable all night long. Why not? I mean, I used to like going to the bottom line because, you get to sit. You're all crammed in there at tables, but at least you're not standing. You're packed in.
Yeah. So I think that they seem to have a great time. The crowd had a great time, and I'm super glad I went because, like I said, like everything up until the last minute, I wavered on ditching it or whatever. So, I'm glad I did. Anybody out there who hears this, Soul Asylum's coming to your town, you should go see them.
I'll have to check to see if they're doing the Stone Pony now.
Probably not. They're a little more exclusive bookings than Stone Pony. I don't know.
I saw also that you went to see the Elvis movie.
Yes. Oh, we didn't talk about that. We talked
about it. No, we didn't talk about. See, I had all these things lined up for last week. I had to put them on hold.
I got you. I have to say, it was really. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I'm hearing good things. You're not the only one.
Yeah. The guy Austin Butler.
Yeah. I think something like that.
He was fantastic. He was just fantastic.
But is it presented like a musical more than like a drama or?
No, it's a drama. I've seen it called a musical. It's not a musical. It's a movie. It's Elvis. So they break out into songs every once in a while, but it's not a musical.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, not like they don't sing dialogue.
No, I thought, but they'd sort of tell the story, but there'd be big musical, situations along the way.
Only in the context, like, hey, they're talking about the '68 special, so they play him playing the '68 special, that kind of thing.
And is it like his whole lifetime, or is it just like a particular period?
It's his whole life.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the one beef I would have is they seem to have trouble latching on to what story they did want to tell. And then they spend too much time on, like, they seem to spend 20 minutes on, oh my God, is he going to shake his hips? I'm like, all right, I understand, but we can do that in probably 30 seconds. But in the whole time, Hank's saying, you get over that pretty quick. He is weird, but okay, you get over that pretty quickly. It doesn't really matter.
Uh-huh.
And
And the decline, they show the decline too.
yeah, and by the end, you are depressed, and you do sit there. The lights come up, and you do think to yourself, "Motherfucker, he did kill Elvis. Like they killed Elvis. Period."
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's a bummer,
Mhm.
but really well done. The guy was fantastic. I wouldn't say well. I didn't love the guy. Who's the director?
Boz
You're a director guy.
Lorman. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
Boz, I think is his first name.
Baz.
I can't.
Like I'm not a
Baz.
fan of his jumpy cuts.
Uh-huh.
He's very much like the camera's part of the action. I don't love that. But I went in thinking it would be a, C minus, D plus, and it was like an A minus, B plus.
Really? Okay.
I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. And in the very end, they showed, because like I said before about my mother loved Elvis, and when he died, she said, "Oh, that he never lost that voice." And they show a clip of his final night singing in Vegas, and
Mhm.
he's talking about Unchained Metal, and he's slurring the words, and he's fat and sweaty, and you can't really understand. But then once that music, he starts singing, boom,
Yeah.
it's Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I two thumbs up. I'd recommend go seeing it. I really
Yeah, I'm going to
enjoyed it.
try and make the effort to see it in the theater. I think that's worth going to see
Yeah,
on the big
Yeah.
screen.
yeah. Take it, postpone Top Gun for another week. Go see it and go see Elvis. I'm interested to see
Yeah,
what
I had the misfortune of being at my local establishment when somebody, I guess they had just seen Maverick.
yeah.
So they come into the bar, and what do? They start playing the entire soundtrack from Top Gun. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's
Hey,
like, wow.
they are
And the funny thing is, I had just watched Top Gun for the first time ever.
That's right. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
And
Crazy.
so it was the only, that's how I knew it was the soundtrack. I literally seen it like a couple days before this guy came in. Well, I don't know if it was a guy. I think it may have been a woman actually. But
You
yeah,
don't have to tread that lightly, Mike.
what's that?
You don't have to tread that lightly. In a cool way.
But I'm like, really? Oh my God. So yeah, no, I
But they're
don't
printing
think
money.
I'm in
I'll tell
trouble.
you, at some point during Elvis, because it was long, it was like 2.5 hours. I had to take a whiz, so I jumped out and walking to the bathroom and back. There were like, if there were 10 theaters this place, 7 of them were playing Top Gun.
Yeah, wow.
At once, and you could hear it as you'd walk by each door, and
Really?
I'm sure they were packed. Yeah, they're printing money. I'm sure I'll
Well,
see it.
yeah, I think it's the only money maker out there right now. So
Yeah,
they're trying to keep it going as long as possible.
Yeah. Shall
Shall we look at our fortune cookies on that note?
Fortune cookie. Since yours is already
I
open.
can't even get it open.
Oh, don't even toy with me. Don't.
Using my teeth.
Little hope.
That's a mess.
All right. Bite for good luck.
Oh my God, mine's like a paragraph.
Geez, mine is too. Wait a minute. Okay. What's yours say?
If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten.
Yeah, that's highly provable. Yeah, we should after our 100th episode, we should collect all our fortune cookie things and put out a coffee table book.
Yeah.
With all these here's mine. Some people dream of worthy accomplishments while others stay awake and do them. All right, well, that makes me feel great. What am I, a fucking asshole? I'm not out there doing shit. What is this? It's not a fortune.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna win $100, or if you do this, you'll do that. No, it's hey, some people suck and some don't, and you guess which one you are.
I think these fortunes are trying to be. I wonder if they've been Americanized. It does seem like they're trying to, keep that optimistic spirit going. Inspire you.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's in the true fortune cookies.
Oh, here's something I've never seen.
It's not the
before.
same philosophy.
Here's something I've never seen before. On the other side, where I used to go for my lucky numbers.
Yeah.
Always dependable lucky numbers. It says, what about another fortune? Secondfortune.com.
You know what? Mine says the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Somebody's probably monopolized the fortune cookie game. And
Since in the last 2 weeks?
Well,
Wow.
no, you went to a different restaurant, so.
Have
At
you
least
ever seen the second fortune thing?
They got the yeah. The place I've been going to has that.
Oh,
They've
I
got
see.
the second fortune thing. They've got the lucky numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen the second fortune thing. But,
Oh, okay.
okay, cool. Well, another shitty meal, but a fun hour. For me, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Shitty meal.
Now I go to
Good
Burger
times.
King.
Yes. Until next week. Wait a second. You got to pick something for next week.
Oh shit! I totally forgot. Play the. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, you ever hear the Ramones chop suey?
Yeah.
Do you not want to hear it right now?
Okay, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. It sounded like you hated it.
It's not my number one Ramon song.
I'm not saying it's their number one Ramones song. It's nobody's number one Ramones song. It's not the Ramones' number one Ramones song. All right, let's hear how it sounds. I haven't heard it in like 100 years. All right. Sounds good so far.
It's coming across great on Zoom. Yeah.
It's fantastic. All right, that sounds terrible.
What are you playing that on your phone?
No, my computer.
Oh.
Can you not hear it?
Yeah, it sounded terrible.
Okay, good. Well, I think there's a reason the song was never on an album. I think it was in a movie back in the day. Hold on. Actually, while I was doing that, I forgot to Google Chinese menu. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds. Stall, do your dance.
You didn't get a menu again with this place?
I never get a printed menu. No.
I've got stacks of menus from. I get a menu every time I go there.
I guess because I do Uber Eats, maybe I guess they don't grab it, or
Well, they're
I've yet to
saving.
get-
It's a savings for the restaurant.
All right, here we go. Oh, listen to you, savings for the restaurant. Talk about Mr. Corporate.
But they staple it on the bag, so you don't even have a choice. It's there.
That's right. Here's something interesting I've never seen in my career as loving egg foo young. It says such and such omelet or foo young, pork omelet or foo young.
What the hell is that?
Although this is pounds, so maybe it's in England. But what the fuck could that be? Why am I looking at Chinese menus? How
about teriyaki?
Teriyaki.
You want to do
Okay.
teriyaki?
Chicken teriyaki.
Okay. Oh, you know
Is
what?
there another-
You
is
know
there
what?
another-
You know what, Gret? Yeah, let's do chicken teriyaki, and then I've got a
Okay.
guest lined up for 2 weeks. I got a guest,
Another guest.
friend of mine from Bayonne, Jimmy
Mike,
Murphy.
I've known you for 25 years. You never mentioned any friends. Now we're doing this. All of a sudden, every week you get a new friend on.
Well,
What's going on, here, Mike?
yeah, well, I
I
have a few
think these
friends.
people are taking advantage of your popularity with the podcast.
Yeah, my popularity. Yeah, no, my friend Jimmy Murphy, he wants to discuss gravy with you. He was really quite enthused when he heard you talking about puffy gravy, because he's got a dish that he likes, and it all comes down to the gravy.
All right.
But that's in 2 weeks. That's a little tease.
All right.
Next
All right, little
week,
tease.
chicken teriyaki.
Chicken teriyaki. Boom.
Enjoy, everybody.
Good. I can feel it. All right.
Take care.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.